Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to Crime Zone. Before we get to today's video, we wanted to announce that Crime Zone's official Patreon page is now live. In addition to ad-free videos and other extras, patrons will also get access to weekly bonus videos for our Crimes of the Week and Crimes of the Week International series. So if you want even more Crime Zone content, head over to patreon.com/crimezone for exclusive cases not featured in today's video.
A simple attempt by a fast food restaurant to deal with a staffing shortage escalated into serious threats of violence this week when one disgruntled customer allegedly pulled out a gun and threatened employees. According to reports, the incident took place at approximately 5 p.m. on September 18th at the Roosevelt Mall Chipotle location in Philadelphia. It began when the manager of the restaurant instructed employees to close the restaurant early and inform customers because they were short-staffed. Though remaining customers were told they would still be able to order online, this apparently wasn't good enough for one woman who promptly reached into her purse and pulled out a handgun. The woman proceeded to brandish the weapon at employees, telling them if she had to come back there would be a problem and saying, quote, "Somebody better give me my food." Due to the possibility of violence, employees decided to take her order to get her to leave. However, even after they did so, the woman pulled out her gun a second time and continued making threats. Security was called, but neither they nor police arrived in time to catch the woman, who walked off in a random direction after receiving her food. Surveillance images of the suspect have been released, and police are asking anyone with information about her to contact them.
Authorities in Van Buren County, Michigan say that a missing woman has been found dead this week and a 29-year-old motorist has been arrested after an allegedly concealed case of hit and run. According to reports, 64-year-old Melody Rohrer went missing early last week while out on her morning walk in Hamilton Township, just west of Decatur. Her whereabouts remained a mystery until September 21st, when a man named Colby Martin led police to a wooded area miles away in St. Joseph County where her body was located. Investigators say that Martin hit Rohrer while driving in Hamilton Township, then took her body from the scene of the accident and drove her to the wooded area in an attempt to cover up the crime. At the time of this recording, it's not clear how police managed to connect Martin to the hit and run. Sources also seem to disagree on the timeline of the crime. While Rohrer's remains were definitely discovered on the 21st, some reports say that she disappeared on the 19th, while others say the 20th. Martin has since been charged with manslaughter with a motor vehicle and concealing a death, and his bond has been set at $300,000. The case remains under investigation.
Authorities in Riverside, California say that they are investigating the suspicious death of an elderly former homicide detective this week after her body was found concealed in a freezer in her home. According to reports, the incident began on September 19th when police were called to a residence on the 6000 block of New Ridge Drive by concerned family members of 87-year-old Miriam Travis. The family members said that they were worried because they had not heard from Travis in some time. When police arrived at the home, they spoke with Travis's 64-year-old daughter, who also lives at the home. The daughter was questioned concerning her mother's whereabouts, however, police became suspicious due to the inconsistencies in her answers. The home was also reportedly disheveled and had a hoarder-like appearance inside. The situation was strange enough for officers to investigate further, leading to the discovery of Travis's remains inside a freezer stored in the garage. At the time of this recording, Travis's remains have been formally identified, but an autopsy to determine her cause of death is still ongoing. It is said that Travis worked as a detective sergeant with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department for 11 years, from 1979 to 1990. Since the death of her husband in 1992, Travis had been known as something of a hermit by her family members and neighbors. Her 64-year-old daughter was briefly taken into custody, but has since been released pending further investigation.
A nearly month-long search effort for missing Illinois graduate student Jelani Day has come to a heartbreaking close this week, after the 25-year-old's remains were officially identified. According to reports, Jelani was last seen at a Beyond Hello cannabis dispensary in Bloomington on the morning of August 24th. The aspiring doctor was reported missing the following day after he did not return to the Illinois State University campus where he was a student and could not be reached by his family members. On the afternoon of August 26th, Jelani's car was found in a wooded area near the Illinois Valley YMCA, approximately an hour's drive north. An extensive canine search and ground search was conducted, aided by aerial drones. However, no trace of the 25-year-old was found. It wasn't until the search area was broadened on September 4th to include LaSalle that an unidentified body was recovered floating near the south bank of the Illinois River, approximately a quarter-mile east of the Illinois Route 251 bridge. Finally, on September 23rd, it was announced that the remains had been positively identified as those of Jelani Day, thanks to the help of dental records. While no cause has been determined at the time of this recording, investigators say that Jelani's death is unusual. They say that they are working to uncover further details, but that they haven't come across any information that has led them to believe that he would have wanted to run away willingly or take his own life. Jelani's family also remains convinced of this, saying that they believe foul play was involved. They have also been highly critical of the police investigation so far, with Jelani's mother claiming that not enough had been done to find her son. The mysterious and heartbreaking case remains under investigation.
Authorities in Franklin County, Washington say that a local school bus driver is dead this week following a terrifying knife attack which took place in front of a bus full of elementary school students. According to reports, the incident took place just after 3 p.m. on September 24th when the bus driver was picking up kids from Longfellow Elementary School in Pasco after class had ended for the day. At some point, a man boarded the bus and began to stab the driver in full view of those already inside. The chilling attack caused the driver to lose control of the vehicle, sending it over a curb and sidewalk before hitting some bushes and a tree outside the school. When police arrived at the scene, the suspect was still there and he was promptly arrested. Though thankfully none of the children on the bus were hurt, the driver later died of his injuries after being rushed to the hospital. Police said that they plan to release further details about the incident early this week, but at the time of this recording, that information is still forthcoming. It remains unclear when or why the suspect boarded the school bus, and neither his name nor the name of the deceased bus driver has yet been released.
Authorities in Somerset County, Maine say that a 33-year-old woman has been arrested and charged this week after she allegedly made 2 bomb threats against a local medical product company in order to spend more time with her boyfriend. According to reports, the incident began around 9 a.m. on September 23rd, when Maine State Police received a call from a woman who said she was going to place a bomb at the Puritan Medical Products manufacturing plant at 129 North Main Street in Pittsfield. This was followed by another call roughly 2 hours later, in which the woman said she had 4 pipe bombs which she intended to place near the plant. After being notified by state police, authorities in Somerset and Penobscot County began to try and trace the origin of the call. The search led them to a woman named Kayla Blake, who confessed to the crime under questioning and admitted that she didn't have any bombs. Bizarrely, she told them that she had made the phony threats in order to get her boyfriend, who works at Puritan, the day off so she could spend more time with him. While Blake was promptly arrested and charged with felony terrorizing, it seems that her plan was at least half successful. Because it took authorities a little while to track her down, Puritan was forced to shut down both of their plants in Pittsfield for the day, affecting about 400 people. At the time of this recording, Blake is being held on a $1,500 bond at the Somerset County Jail.
Authorities in Broward County, Florida say that 3 people are dead this week, including the shooter, after a gunman attacked 2 people at a Wendy's drive-thru early last week. According to reports, the incident took place at a Wendy's fast food location in Hollandale Beach, not far from Fort Lauderdale. It began at approximately 1 a.m. on September 21st when the 2 victims, an unidentified woman and her passenger, were sitting in the restaurant's drive-thru line. Officials say that while they were waiting, the gunman rammed his vehicle into the victim's vehicle. As the woman reversed to get away, the man got out of his vehicle, pulled out a handgun, and began firing at her and her passenger. Witnesses described hearing about 10 shots, and both victims were struck and later died of their injuries. When police arrived on the scene, they found the attacker dead a short distance away from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At the time of this recording, police have not released the names of either victim or the gunman, but say that the attacker was previously in a relationship with the female victim. Their 2-year relationship had ended a short time before the shooting, reportedly because of the man's violent behavior. The situation is still under investigation.
Authorities in Shelby County, Tennessee say that 2 people are dead, including the gunman this week, after a terrifying shooting at a local supermarket that left at least 14 others injured. According to reports, the incident took place on September 23rd at a Kroger grocery store in the town of Collierville. It began at approximately 1:30 p.m. when a 29-year-old man opened fire on customers and employees, starting in the store's deli department. Witnesses described running for their lives as numerous shots were fired. Those that could escaped out into the store's parking lot, while those trapped inside ran for safety wherever they could find it, in closets, freezers, and in the supermarket's back room. Some played dead, acting as if they had already been shot as the rampage continued. However, many were not so lucky. A customer identified as Olivia King was shot and killed during the attack. Olivia was described as a generous and warm person and a mother of 3 grown children. At least 14 others suffered injuries of varying severity. Several were rushed to the hospital in critical condition, though thankfully, all of them appear to be improving. The chilling incident finally came to an end when authorities arrived on the scene, prompting the 29-year-old gunman to turn his weapon on himself. He was reportedly declared dead at the scene, and has since been identified as Uk Tang, an employee of a third-party vendor for the supermarket that sold and prepared sushi in the store. While few details have been provided by police about a possible motive behind the shooting at the time of this recording, we came across at least one report that mentioned Tang may have been fired from his job the night before the attack. This report has not been confirmed, however, and should be treated as speculation. The terrible crime remains under investigation. That's it for this edition of Crimes of the Week. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest releases. Thank you for watching.